Hey guys, Bird Yu-Gi-Oh here. So today I wanted to do another top 10. This time it is going to be top 10 rogue decks for this upcoming format, or current format I guess I should say. So yeah, these are 10 decks that are not the same as my budget decks that I did. These ones again are rogue decks. So these are, they can be budget. A lot of these are that I chose, but rogue decks are ones, in my opinion. There's a lot of definitions for a rogue Yu-Gi-Oh deck, but in my opinion, it's one that you could take to like a locals or any tournament really, and you'll probably be one of the only players there playing this deck. So they're not very popular for whatever reason. People might not think they're strong, but a lot of these still really are very strong. So without any further ado, let's get right into this. Start off with our number 10. I'm going with Monarchs. So should be no surprise that this is a definite rogue deck. It did have its time in the spotlight where it was, meta for a while. But yeah, now it's I think a really good rogue strategy that is also extremely budget because you don't have to play an extra deck at all. And yeah, it's one you can still steal games from, and yeah, very good rogue deck. Number 9, going with Code Talker, Cynet, however you want to call it, but it's actually extremely good deck. You get, and especially with this card, this Cynet Codex is just a really good card that basically searches multiple times a turn and just kind of gets all your different Cyberse monsters out to your hand. And again, there's some really good extra deck monsters and just ways of you, being able to get like Appaloosa out like no problem. Yeah, very good deck, and definitely a rogue deck. Number 8, going with Zephyra, or like Zephyra Endymion is probably one of the better ways to play it. But yeah, it's not a very common deck, definitely a rogue deck, and definitely a very strong rogue deck at that. I wanted to put it higher, but Pendulums, for some reason, they're just not doing that great right now. But yeah, in the right hands, any Pendulum deck is going to be able to do very good, and especially if you know the ins and outs of like a Zephyr deck, you can do some damage at a tournament. Number 7, we are going with Layer of Darkness, showcasing Lilith, of course. She is absolutely amazing, and the deck is just really good. A lot of the cards that I like to play in it just helps you recur back monsters from the grave for free, tribute monsters, and yeah, it's a really good, definite rogue deck. You're not going to find too many people at locals tournament or most tournaments that are playing Layer of Darkness, but it plays a lot of super powerful traps. You can play hand traps in it very easily. But yeah, Layer of Darkness, very good. Number 6 is going to be Lunalight, and there's a few reasons I have it so high, and there's a few reasons I don't have it as high, but the main reasons that it is really good, there's probably 3. 1, it's a dark deck, so you can play Allure of Darkness, which is an amazing draw card. I could say the same thing for Layer of Darkness, but it pumps out rank 4 XYZs like super easily, and it's also again dark, so it allows you to go into some really powerful cards. So like your rank 4s and going into darks, that just got me thinking easy access to Rusty Bardich, which will get you obviously access to rank up Magic Launch, and then your rank 4 aspect of it gets you to Utopia Double, which then will get you to Utopia Kaiser, and then you'll summon out any number monster and then be able to use rank up Magic Launch on, say, like a Big Eye, and summon out a Kali Yuga on your opponent's turn and more than likely win. So just for that reason alone, I think that deck is just really good, and that's kind of how I'm going to build my version when I get to it. Yeah, really, really good cards, really powerful cards that this deck just gets you easy access to. There's actually another one here in the top 5 that, again, uses these same cards. So we'll get to that in a minute. Now breaking into the top 5. Number 5, I put Mermail Atlantean, Water Deck, whatever you want to call it. Still extremely powerful. They didn't really get anything. They haven't gotten much support lately, but it's still a deck. Again, we're talking about rogue decks, and this is one that is extremely powerful. There's probably a few guys that really like exclusively play a water-based deck. That's kind of how it goes. You either love it or you don't really care about it. But yeah, I think they're very good. That's why I put them in the top 5. Number 4, going with Heroes. Now, I didn't put this in my budget list because a lot of these cards, like Vision Hero Ferris, is just going up like crazy, it seems like, every day. But it's a very good rogue deck. You're not going to find too many people playing this, especially now. A lot of people think it's, a glass cannon deck that a lot of people know how to play against. But I still think what it does, it can play through a lot of negates. Ash Blossom, a lot of hand traps. It could, it could still build a board, even if you have a few hand traps that are, hurting cards like Stratos or Ferris. You can still kind of play through them. So, yeah, I think it's an amazing deck. Obviously, I have it as my 4th ranked deck. Number 3, I'm going with Gookie. Now, this is the other deck I was mentioning, along with Lunalight, that just has super easy access to these cards. But the other thing that it has over Lunalight is its Warrior. So it can go into Isolde, which just opens up a whole another realm of possibilities and easy combos. And then the Gookies themselves all just search. So it just gains you a lot of advantage. So yeah, Gookie Dark Warrior deck is probably more specific to kind of what I like. And I just think it's an amazing, one of my favorite just like pure combo decks is Gookie. And they're definitely a rogue deck. You're not going to find too many people playing it. Again, kind of like Monarchs and a few of the decks here. This did have its time in the spotlight where it was the absolute best deck. Now, not so much, but again, still really, really good. Number 2, I'm putting Zombies, and even like Eldritch, Zombie, Eldritch combo there. But just Zombies are a very good rogue deck. If you can get this guy out at that point, you're probably gonna win or have won. But there's so many good solid power cards in that deck. You got your starter Solitaire, Unizombies very good, Mizuki obviously, and then Zombie World to just lock your opponent out. Yeah, there's a lot of really good cards in the deck. And I think right now, again, a version that I'm going to be doing does play a few Eldritch cards, but the cheaper ones, not any of the super expensive ones. And I think that just adds a lot of power to it. Maybe put it down more. Let me know what you guys think, but I think Zombies are actually very good, along with cards like Super Polymerization. The deck can be crazy good. If you happen to draw your Super Poly, you're going to just destroy boards. But to the number 1 is Cyber Dragons. Again, not getting much love lately, I feel like. But in my opinion, it is one of the best rogue decks out there. It's not meta at all right now. Definitely a rogue deck. And the things it can do and the ways it can just OTK you, break your boards, go into one of the best, Cyber Dragon Infinity, one of the best rank 5s, or pseudo rank 5 cards, Cyber Dragon Nova into Infinity. One of the best negates in the game. Just an amazing card. Played in as many decks as I can, that can make Cyber Dragon Nova. But yeah, I just think as far as an OTK deck, nothing beats Cyber Dragons to me, and especially as far as rogue decks go. I think it's just really good. So yeah, let me know down in the comments, guys. I know there's like probably a million decks that I missed. Let me know what you think are some of the best rogue decks. Doesn't even have to be any of these. Let me know what you guys think, and we'll catch you on the next one.